Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. So in today's video, I want to go for shopping. I want to do some grocery shopping for my household. It's been a while since I got some fresh groceries. Yeah, so I just want to restock up on fresh groceries mostly. And I went to an open air market. We have an open air market at our place. And the first stop was at this banana place. This guy had a very nice and fresh plantain. Honestly, I could not resist buying the plantain because it was very, very fresh. In as much as it was pricey, but it was worth taking. Also, apart from that, I took the normal banana, the underripe ones, because I did not want the overripe bananas. Also came across this maize. I wanted maize for githeri. Githeri is a mixture of beans and maize. So I just wanted to take some maize so that I can go and make githeri. Also needed some tomatoes to restock up on tomatoes. I normally like choosing tomatoes for myself. I don't like the person selling the tomatoes to choose the tomatoes for me. So I prefer just selecting the ones that I want. And I went for the tomatoes. Normally I go for a lot of tomatoes because I'll come back, steam them and keep them. Then I got the fresh spinach. Honestly, I could not also resist to take a lot of spinach because we love spinach. Then I came back to the house after a very long after long hours of trying to select things from the market. Honestly, walking around the market is very difficult. I got some mangoes. It's off season, but I still got the mangoes. And then I also got the apples and the oranges, the sweet oranges. Also got some grapes. I got some coriander. I got some mint, fresh mint. I want to make some lemon mint drink. And also I got some carrots. The carrots were a bit expensive. I don't know if it is my place that is expensive, that I felt like they were very expensive. And also got some peppers, the green peppers. I got this gourd over here. It's so good to make the soups. I'll show you the recipe later, but I love it in soups. And also got some sweet oranges still, but a different type. Then also got the white onion. I got the green, the French beans. Yeah, the French beans. They are very tender and fresh. I got some lemon. I got some yellow bell pepper. I got this sweet pepper over here. It's a bit it's mild, not very spicy. Yeah, also got me some good cucumbers. They are so nice. I'll be showing you how you can use the good cucumbers. Also got some red peppers. I also got some potatoes are very expensive. So these are the bananas I was telling you. Yeah, the underripe ones. And this one, honestly, when I saw this bunch over here, I could not resist buying these plantains. They were so nice. So I went with some, and they were a bit pricey, but I still bought them. That is just some beef that I want to make a beef something. And also got the spinach and the tomatoes over here that I had already shown you. And also got some mena, the small fish. They are very small. And also got some butternut. I love butternut. Honestly, when I'm choosing butternut, I have to see from the top. It is, if that thing is very dry, then I'll buy the butternut. It means that the butternut is mature enough and it's not watery. I prefer buying raw avocados so that I can keep them for them to ripe just slowly, for me to use them for a longer period of time. So those are raw avocados, and these are the maize. Yeah, I was asking her if the maize are tender, so she was trying to confirm for me that they are tender. Actually, I got the onions, ginger, and also I got some garlic. Yeah, so that is what I got. And I also passed by the posho mill and also milled some maize. So these are my groceries for, they'll take a week. Yeah, they'll take a week. I can't tell you that they'll take a month. No, they can't take a month. Actually, my groceries run maybe a week or past 1 week, something like 10 days there. Yeah, so these are the groceries that I got. They are very, very fresh. This gourd over here, I'll be showing you a recipe on how to make the soup of this gourd over here. I love it. It tastes so good, honestly, but I'll be showing you that. And I also got these French beans. We love French beans. The sauteed ones, they taste so good. compared to the overcooked ones. And also got some lemons. They have some avocados. I want to store the avocados, but before that I would wash the peppers, the mangoes, and everything. The things that you cannot wash, but these ones I'll wash. Normally I use water and vinegar, or just plain water, or even soap. These mangoes were a bit sticky, so I had to scrub them with some soap, and also dishwashing soap. It's what I use to wash my vegetables. I'll let them dry before I can keep them, or maybe even wipe them, and then I'll be keeping them. The tomatoes, as for the tomatoes, what I normally do with my tomatoes, I wash my tomatoes, I cut them into smaller cubes, sprinkle some salt, bring them to a boil. After some time, if I'm not steaming, I normally boil. I'm not adding any water into the tomatoes because the tomatoes themselves are just watery. So there's no need for you to add water into a diuretic vegetable. So they just release their water. So I'm adding some salt. I'll put them on top of the gas, let them cook for some time until they are very tender. Since my blender boy is spoiled, it actually broke, so I'm not going to blend. I'll just store them like that. So here, this is how I actually store my avocados. I use this basket over here. This basket is used to store food so that it can still be warm for a longer period of time. So I put my avocados here and the underripe bananas so that the avocados can actually ripen, and they take a very short period to ripen. For like in 3 days, when I start checking, I'll find out that at least I can get one avocado that is ripe. Then I have my French beans over here. I'm using the Ziploc bags to store my French beans in the fridge so that whenever I want to use them, I can just get them as fresh as they are. I'm also storing the carrots like this. We have so many ways out there for storing carrots, but this is how I normally store. I can also opt for the water method, but for today I just use the Ziploc bags. And then I'm going to put the onions there, just put them under the cabinets that are open over there, because I still don't have storage places. I'm also storing the other fresh veggies just like that, but for the ones in the Ziploc bags, I'll just store them in the fridge. And for my omena, I'm going to put it up there, the small fish, and then I'll be dealing with it later. I have a different way of storing my small fish. I'm going to try and remove the stem, I'll just make the spinach like this. I don't know which one to use. And then I'll cut them and steam them. So the tomatoes are already cooked. I'll let them cool down for some time. Then I'll put them in my jars and store them in the fridge. That is what I normally do. But you can blend them if you want. So for dinner, I want to prepare some beef matoke. And as I said, white onions mixed with red onions actually give a very good and nice aroma to the food. So I'll be mixing the white and the red onions. The white onions in our place are very pricey, so actually I don't like buying them a lot, but for a specific dish I'll always go for them. So I'll mix them with the red onions, and then I'll fry them in my oil. I'll also be using some garlic. Yeah, I'll be using my some garlic in making my matoke. Yeah, so I have my matoke over here. This was I got from Upcountry. My mother sent me these bananas, so I'm going to make the bananas, just peel them. May just peel them straight. Honestly, I don't even treat my hands before I can actually peel the bananas. I just peel them, then I'll just scrub my hands with a washing sponge, a dishwashing sponge, and it actually works. If I scrub, and those stains just come off. So I normally don't go those shortcuts of applying oil before I can. But applying oil is good because those things don't get to stain your hands, and also you don't get to struggle to scrub your hands. Then I'm done peeling the bananas, so I'll be washing them, chop them into smaller pieces, because that is the only way that the bananas, actually how can I call them? We call them matoke. but let me say bananas can absorb the flavors of other ingredients. You cannot just cook them whole. I feel like they'll not get the flavor. So I'll add oil into my cooking pot, then add the mixed white and red onions, and also add the garlic inside there. I'll let them brown for a while, just golden brown. Make sure not to burn your onions. This is how I make my beef matoke. I've already cooked the beef, so it's already cooked. I'm not going to struggle to do a different way. So I'm adding my cooked and pureed. It's just pureed itself. I haven't even blended. So I'm adding my cooked tomatoes into my onions. I'm going to mix them well, and then the only spices that I'm using for this dish is actually turmeric and curry powder. Nothing much, nothing less. That is all. Just a pinch of each of the spice. Then I'm going to mix together until well incorporated, and then I'm going to add some salt. Then I'm going to add in the bananas. Yeah, I'll be mixing the bananas until the bananas is well combined with the spices and all the flavors from the tomatoes. Yeah, and then after some time I'll be using the bone broth. I still have some bone broth that I had recently boiled. Also some soup from the same meat that I've already boiled. I still have it, so that is what I'll be using. So I've added some salt in the matoke. It's so good, it's good to balance your flavors. Actually, because the tomatoes have salt, then you have to add salt into the bananas. You still balance the flavors, but make sure not to over salt your food. So I've added some bone broth over there, and then after it has boiled for like 15 minutes, it has at least tenderized. So I added my meat, added some carrots inside there. I'm going to give it a good mix, let it simmer for like 10 minutes on low heat, and then I'll add the rest of the ingredients. I love matoke when it is made this way. So I'm adding the green, red, and yellow pepper. I've also added some coriander and some spring onions. Spring onions with matoke really, really go well, and they make the matoke really taste so amazing. So my matoke is done. It's been cooking and it looks really, really delicious. With the beef, this is how I make my beef matoke. I'm telling you the flavors inside there because we've just used the bone broth. It's really, really amazing, and it tastes so delicious. The flavors are not off. You cannot get the flavors of the meat aside and the flavors of the matokes aside. Actually, all the flavors are in the beef and also in the matoke. And that was our dinner. And I had to make some cake for the kids to carry to school as a snack. So this is actually how I make my lemon cake. So this is the egg white. I've already separated the egg yolk and the egg white. I'm going to whisk the egg white just the way I'm doing like this until it is a bit foamy, or until it is foamy. After it is foamy, I'm going to put it aside like you would mix the whipping cream, whipping cream until it turns out like this. Yeah, this way. That is the only way that I can explain to you. And then I'm going to put it aside. This is the egg yolk. I'm going to add some sugar into my egg yolks. The egg yolks, I've used like 5 egg yolks. I'm going to mix them well using this electric mix for like a few minutes. Yeah, few minutes. After that, I'm going to add in the oil, just a little bit of oil. Let me say like 6 spoonful of oil. Then I've added my lemon water. I had squeezed fresh lemons, so I've added some lemon. Then I'm adding some self-raising flour into this mixture. So I'll keep mixing it until they're well combined. Then I'm going to add in the lemon zest that I had already grated from the fresh lemon. And then I'm going to add in now that form, the one that we've created from the egg white. I'll just mix. With this one, you don't need the electric mixer to do that. You'll just use the spoon just mix it gently. Mix it gently. Don't over mix. Don't mix it so hard. So I'll just gently mix it, and then I'll be putting the mixture into my cup cakes. Yeah, the cup whatever, you can get that. Yeah, these ones, the ones that are meant to make cupcakes. So I'll add them into, I've put them on the tray, the baking tray. I'm going to put the mixture inside there, and then I'm going to bake it for 20 minutes. Remember, my oven doesn't have a timer, so I keep checking, and they're done. I'm telling you, whoa, they look delicious. They were spongy. They were so nice. Like whatever you will be looking for in a queen cake from the store, you can still get it from the comfort of your home. You can still make it, and you can still enjoy it with your coffee. Look how spongy it is. Look how delicious it looks. Look how it comes off the paper just like that, like you would want to compare the one made at home with the one made at the store. I think they're just the same, or even the one at home is even better than the one made at the store. Look at how it looks. I'm telling you, it was so spongy and very soft. Look at the paper. So I had to put them on my plate, and then I'm going to put them in the container, cover them until tomorrow so that the kids can carry to school. The extra mixture, I also made the other cake. Yeah, this one, the bar over here, and it is so soft. I'm telling you, it's a spongy cake, very soft when you bite into. I love it. I love it. I just love the outcome. It looks so delicious. I'm very grateful that you've been able to watch this video up to this point. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're watching me for the first time, please consider subscribing to this channel where we do homemaking, everything about home, from cooking, cleaning, motivational video. If that is the kind of content that you love, please consider subscribing. Until next time, bye guys.